In Ghana, you'll spot a particular symbol almost everywhere you look. On fabric, on jewelry, carved into wooden stools, painted onto modern buildings. It shows a bird, standing with its feet planted firmly forward, but its head is turned all the way around, facing backward instead. In its beak, the bird often carries something small and precious, an egg. To modern eyes, it might look like the bird made a mistake, facing the wrong way. To the Akan people of Ghana, it's the opposite of a mistake. It's real wisdom. This is Sankofa, one of the most recognized symbols to come out of West Africa. Its message is disarmingly simple. It's all right to go back for what you left behind. Not because the past is where you should stay, but because it holds something worth keeping.
So here's the real question. Why would moving forward require looking backward first?
The answer is folded into a single old Akan proverb. The word Sankofa itself breaks down into 3 small pieces in the Twi language. San means to return. Ko means to go. Fa means to fetch or to take. Put together, quite literally, go back and get it.
The full proverb behind it runs roughly. It is not wrong to go back for what you forgot.
That single sentence carries a genuinely thoughtful idea inside it. In many places, looking backward gets treated as a sign of hesitation, even weakness. Sankofa insists on almost the opposite reading entirely. Forgetting your own history, it suggests, is the real weakness worth worrying about. The egg in the bird's beak isn't incidental. It's the whole point of the symbol. It represents knowledge, carried carefully back into the present and toward the future. Sankofa belongs to a much larger family of symbols called Adinkra. Adinkra symbols were traditionally stamped onto cloth using hand-carved calabash stamps. Each symbol represents its own proverb, its own compact piece of inherited wisdom. Some speak of strength, others of leadership, humility, or unity. Sankofa is one of the most widely recognized among all of them. Its meaning translates easily, which is likely why it traveled so far beyond Ghana itself. To understand Sankofa's staying power, it helps to understand Adinkra cloth itself. Adinkra originally comes from a word meaning farewell or goodbye. The cloth was traditionally worn at significant occasions, marking important transitions in life. Each stamped symbol added its own quiet layer of meaning to the wearer's story. Long before printed logos or slogans existed, these symbols carried entire ideas visually. A single stamp could communicate a proverb that might otherwise take a full sentence to explain. Sankofa appears in this tradition in 2 closely related forms. One is the bird itself, feet forward, head turned back, egg held gently in its beak. The other is a simplified, stylized, heart-shaped version of the very same idea. Both point toward the same underlying lesson about memory, wisdom, and moving forward. Sankofa also shows up in older, everyday Akan objects, not just cloth. Gold weights, once used for measuring gold dust, were often shaped like tiny Sankofa birds. Even carved wooden stools, symbols of status and leadership, sometimes carried the same design. It wasn't reserved only for grand ceremonies. It lived quietly in ordinary daily objects too. The proverb behind it reflects something Akan culture has long taken seriously, that a community loses something real when it stops valuing what came before it. Elders, oral history, and inherited skill were treated as genuine forms of wealth. Not decoration, but practical knowledge worth actively protecting and passing forward. Sankofa, in that sense, was never really about nostalgia for its own sake. It was closer to a discipline. Study what came before and use it wisely now. That distinction matters. Looking back isn't the goal. Moving forward better is.
The bird's feet, after all, still point firmly ahead.
In recent decades, Sankofa has traveled far beyond Ghana's own borders. It shows up in tattoos, in jewelry, in album art, in modern fashion collections. Designers around the world have incorporated it into ceremonial and everyday clothing alike. It has appeared on formal garments worn by Ghanaian leaders at major public occasions. Even the choice of which Adinkra symbols to wear can carry deliberate, layered meaning. Sankofa often gets paired with symbols representing strength, unity, or protection. Together, the combination becomes something like a visual sentence, worn rather than spoken. The symbol has also become meaningful for African diaspora communities around the world. For many, it represents a deliberate reconnection with heritage and inherited identity. It shows up in universities, cultural centers, and community programs built around that idea. Some institutions use the name itself for programs centered on mentorship and shared history.
The underlying message stays consistent wherever the symbol travels. Honor what came before.
Architecture has borrowed it too, appearing in building designs and public monuments. Fence patterns, gateways, and public art in several cities echo the bird's familiar shape.
A symbol once stamped onto cloth by hand now appears at genuinely global scale.
Its core meaning has remained remarkably steady through every single translation.
So step back and consider what a small bird symbol is really teaching. Not that the past should be idolized, or that progress should ever slow down. Just that memory and momentum were never actually opposites to begin with. Many cultures treat moving forward as something that requires leaving the past behind entirely. Sankofa quietly rejects that framing. You can walk ahead, feet firmly forward, while still carrying something valuable from behind. In fact, Sankofa suggests you probably should.
Skills, values, stories, hard lessons, all worth carrying forward rather than discarding.
There's a gentle permission inside the symbol, too. Worth noticing. It's all right to go back. It's all right to retrieve what you've forgotten or lost along the way. That isn't failure. According to the proverb, it was never wrong to begin with.
Many people quietly fear looking backward, worried it might be mistaken for standing still.
Sankofa offers a different, gentler red. Reflection can be its own form of progress. You don't need Adinkra cloth or a carved wooden stool to borrow that idea. Just a willingness occasionally to look back at what shaped you, and the confidence to carry it forward rather than leaving it behind out of habit. A small bird, feet planted firmly ahead, head turned gently backward.
Perhaps the wisest way to move forward is to never fully let go of where you started.